like I see guys on the group ride and they'll drop €4,000 on a set of wheels, and you're looking at them going, mate, you'd just be much better learning how to go around the corner better.
You would, yeah, absolutely. And I think, when you look at, it's always been the case. If you look back at the last decades, even of the guys that are winning on the track, on the road, it's the guys, back to the earlier conversation, that have like good foundations, good values, good principles of high performance at least. And then they do the whole marginal gains thing on top of that. And they can also do bike handling skills. They can communicate effectively with the DS, with the teammates. And that's when you see like a whole package come together. And at that point you become unstoppable. But yeah, it's people would rather, and I see this firsthand, man, they'd literally rather spend $4,000 on wheels than learn how to brake for a corner. I mean, I won't name names, but I've met some like unbelievably high performance cyclists that don't even know which is their front brake and their back brake. They're just like, I just pull them together, and I'm like, I don't believe it. Yeah,
But there is something cultural in that when you can buy a destination and remove the process. But then it's almost, is the destination valuable? Like I'm thinking about, sorry, I'm talking quite abstract there. I was just chatting this morning with a friend about the weight loss drug Ozempic. And we are like, okay, so now you can buy being slim in a pill. So everyone's been striving for whatever that being slim represents, the podium, the six pack. But if you can buy the way, if you can purchase your way to get straight there, does it still have meaning? Or is actually having a six pack, as someone said, is it actually a story of the nights out you didn't have, a story of the pizzas you didn't order? And the process to getting the six pack is what's valuable, like the discipline to show up at the gym, to not eat that food. That's actually the valuable part of the whole thing and not the destination of it.
oh, yeah, 100%. Like, and hey, I'm not the most successful person you've ever spoke to on this podcast, but you know, um, through my own experience and my own opinion, you know, there was a set of kids that were dreaming about becoming Olympic champions, becoming Tour de France winners in the academy days. And, like I said, like 3 out of 6 of us, maybe 4 out of 6 of us sort of achieved whatever dreams we had. And yeah, take it from me, like you kind of realize as a middle-aged bloke looking back on it all, you never wanted the destination, you just wanted progress. You wanted purpose, meaning, a sense of cohesion in your life. That was the best bit about it, a journey. And I look at yeah, I literally, I don't even know what my Olympic medals are right now. I lent them to some a fella that I work with called James in British cycling last week, and he took them home for a week and showed his kids. And it's like, I mean, like, it's not like I wouldn't miss them if they never came back, but I'm really, honestly, I just like, yeah, it was great, but you know, I appreciate the relationships, I appreciate the journeys, I appreciated all the battles that I won and lost, but you know, I don't wake up in the morning feeling smug because I've got some, gold medals that are probably worth 200 quid if you melt them down for gold, hanging around in my
Yeah.
basement somewhere. I couldn't care
Culture.
less about what money's in my bank account. Like, the most meaningful thing to me is like the Sunday morning I can get out on my electric mountain bike with my pals and take my brain out for a few hours and just enjoy life. Yeah.
Culturally, within that house and within that academy on the way up, I'm thinking even pre Beijing, did you guys have a atmosphere where it was we can all win? And let me expand on that. By that I mean, when I chatted to Olaf Boo, the triathlon coach, he coached at the time Gustav Eden and Christian Blumenfeld, who were number one and number two in the world. They were each other's biggest competitors, yet they trained together every day. And as soon as one of them went away and found a breakthrough in a wind tunnel with fueling, with stride, they would come back and they would share that breakthrough with his biggest competitor, just so they both kept leveling up. And I just walked away from that and I reflected on it. I thought, culturally, how difficult that is to create that atmosphere where I'll take my biggest win, my new secret weapon, and I'll share it with my closest rival in order to level up the whole game. Did you guys inside, if you find something, are you texting G like, oh, look, I found this gain?
Yeah, you know what? I 100% I would have done. And, we did. I mean, talking about Geraint, I grew up with a fella and did, a couple of the massive Olympics. Beijing was the first one where everything really took off. London, obviously, your home Olympic Games, and sort of full bonds through those races that you can no other way. But yeah, so of course we did. Everything I found was sort of shared out, and I spent a lot of time in the wind tunnel. From the real early days with Chris Boardman, and we were finding things there that didn't just got shared with the Team Pursuit or Geraint. It was the wider Great Britain cycling team. But it was relatively easy for me because, I mean, when I was riding the Omnium, I guess I was kind of the standout rider ahead of 2012 Olympics. So I didn't really have loads of in-house competition for that space. And obviously I was often involved in the Team Pursuit, which is a team event. So you want to share your knowledge with your teammates. Yeah. Now, if you ask me, would I share some of that knowledge with the Aussies? I'd be like, no, I'd rather stitch my mouth shut than, divulge any data or evidence we've got that's going to make us faster. So absolutely not. I'd have took that information to the grave if there was a gun pointed to my head. So that probably gives you an idea about how we operated, yeah.
Hey everybody, let's take a quick break to talk about the bike I'll be riding this season, Reap. I've been lucky enough to ride all the top brands in the world over the past few years, but these Reap bikes, they're not the same, and I'll tell you why. Reap is the first company I've seen that isn't chasing sales targets and the mass market. They're chasing something very rare, perfection. Every bike they make, it's crafted in the UK factory, and it's not about slapping a Made in Britain label on a bike from a Chinese factory. It's about control. From the first sketch to the final build, they're hands-on, ensuring that every detail is dialed in. That's very rare in an outsourced world of mass production. What sets them apart is innovation. While others pump out the same old designs, Reap's pushing boundaries. They're not following trends, they're setting trends. Think precision and performance, like an F1 car for the road. Absolutely no compromises. And it shows, and you can feel it when you ride the bikes. These bikes are built for riders who demand the best, whether they're chasing podiums or just want a machine that feels like an extension of your body, a piece of art. It's not hype, it's substance. Ride a Reap for yourself and you're riding something crafted with intent. So if you're serious about cycling, check them out. It's reapbikes.com. I absolutely love my one and I couldn't recommend it highly enough. Back to the show.